What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, this is another episode of Do You Really Need It? But this is going to be the Fenty edition because right now Fenty doing the most. So the navy gonna come for me, that's perfectly fine, but I need you to put your realness caps on for this one so that you can understand what I'm about to say. So before we get into anything, you already know what you gotta do. Click that subscribe button, hit that bell getting notifications when I post new videos, and click that like button letting me know you're liking the stuff that I'm putting out. So without wasting any more time, let's get into this video. Alright, so the first product that I'm going to talk about is this one. This is the new Fenty bronzer. It comes in 8 shades and it's going to cost you 30 bucks each. So here is why I have a problem with this particular product. So if you recently watched Nyma Tang's review on this particular product, you will wonder why this ended up on my list. First of all, this was marketed to be included as a portion of like her complexion line, where her deepest shade in her collection, the girls and boys who wear her deepest shade will have a bronzer. Nyma tried it, still didn't work for her. So it behooves me as to why Fenty didn't watch her first video about bronzers that don't go dark enough. And it still kills me that companies don't listen. Like the deepest shade, probably would definitely work on me. I would just have to go in with a really light hand or else it'll look really muddy. But if it don't work on her, how do you honestly think it's going to work on girls with similar shades as her, maybe a shade or two lighter than her? Why? So in retrospect, this was just a really bad flub. That's basically what this was. It was a horrible flub. And I really wish that companies would listen. You kind of listened when it came to the foundation shades, but the other products that some people like to use, you still aren't listening. And now again, you're going to be losing a large fraction of your customer base because again, it doesn't work for them. And so this particular shade range is getting basically pushed to the side, even though you said it should work for them. It doesn't. So, do you really need it? No. Alright, and the other product that I'm going to be talking about, because again, this is just the Fenty Beauty edition because Fenty Beauty been trying it. So, the next product that I'll be talking about is this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter in the shade Geisha Chic. I'm pretty sure the price of this was going to be the same price that she charges for all of her kilowatt shadows, which I believe is $38. So here's why you really didn't need this product. Just being quite honest. So this is marketed as a red highlighter. Unless you are doing cosplay or any form of Halloween costume, that is the only time that I foresee anyone wanting to wear a red highlighter. This shade is universally unflattering. It's unflattering. That was my biggest ism with this particular shade. Now, everybody got all up in their feelings because of the name of this product called Geisha Chic. They felt it was culturally appropriating that particular thing that happens in Japanese culture. If you're really mad about the name, I need y'all to take a step back and go look at some other companies who like to name their things just unnecessarily. Pathopus. Just saying. Just saying. So if you find geisha chic, not geisha chic, geisha chic, insensitive, I need you to go back and think about that a little bit. If there's anything you should be upset about with this particular highlighter, is the shade alone. Because I'm sorry, this shade ain't gonna look good on anybody. It's red. So unless this has gold reflect and this is going to be more of like a bronzy shade, I highly doubt that, because it's literally marketed as a red highlighter. This was not gonna work, and you don't need it. And thank goodness Fenty listened and pulled it. So it will probably make an appearance again, which is sad because that shade is just tragic, but it'll probably be named something else. So, you know, the sensitive folks of this world won't get all their panties in a wad. So, do you really need this product? No. And this final one just kind of came to me, so we gonna talk about it a little bit. So here is the new Sephora credit card. Yeah. Here's why you don't need this. So, everybody knows that there is literally a battle between Ulta and Sephora for who's the best makeup store. Now, I will say that like Sephora is geared towards the higher end market. The majority of the products in their stores are considered high end. You got Natasha Denona, Marc Jacobs, Tom Ford, who else? Fenty, like all of those companies. All of those companies are carried mainly in Sephora. And then you have Ulta. Now, Ulta's had a credit card for a minute, but the biggest plus side of Ulta versus Sephora is their reward system. Now, Sephora just came into some fire for sending out a survey asking, making it sound like that they were potentially going to start charging for their reward system. It's like, I'm sorry, a reward system means I'm spending money in your store and you're rewarding me for being a loyal customer and spending as much money in your store as I do. So Ulta constantly has sales. You constantly get coupons. There's regular 20% off sales. In some instances, they have half off sales on specific brands. It just depends on what day that Ulta feels like doing it. And that's why I personally enjoy shopping in Ulta, because I know I'm going to get my biggest bang for my buck. Plus, their reward system is off the chain. And you have the option of using your points or not, to basically where they rack up to where you can literally not spend a dime out of your pocket on a purchase. So personally, in the long scheme of things, when it comes to whose reward system is better, I'm honestly gonna say Ulta. Now, here's why you don't need this credit card. If you can barely afford the ish in Sephora and you thinking you having this credit card is just gonna help, it's not. Don't do it. You don't need this card. If you can't afford to pay for it out of your pocket, it's not something you need. And I know I basically market my channel as like the affordable girls heaven, because majority of the stuff that I use on my channel is affordable. Like most of my products that I use on my channel are $50 and under. That means eventually will I potentially try a foundation that probably costs $40? Probably. You never know. But for the most part, I tend to stick with more affordable foundations, basically $30 and under. And even then, the one that I did spend over $30 on was not worth it. So, is this credit card something you really need? No. And so don't put yourself in that situation unless you can pay that booger off every time you use it. So do you really need this credit card? No. Alright guys, so I had to refilm this ending because my original ending got it got corrupted, so I couldn't re-download it and do all that stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Do You Really Need It? Hopefully you will reconsider a lot of these products, especially, again, this is the Fenty edition, so had to, you know, show some stuff on that front end. So if you enjoyed this video, please comment down below. Obviously, before you head out, you know, click that subscribe button, hit that bell, gain the notifications when I post new videos, and click that like button letting me know you're liking the stuff that I'm putting out. And until next time, guys, deuces.